So in this video, I'll be going out of bounds and seeing the home island from an aerial view. At the time of recording this, I wasn't actually planning on doing it for a video or anything, and I wasn't actually planning on going out of bounds either, or even going up into the sky, which weirdly ends up happening. I think, yeah, at this point, I was just trying to get out underneath the home island to see Junimo. This was my first attempt at giving it a try, I guess. I think I was just experimenting with the whole idea of using a star platform. I am just speeding through this. I won't go like into detail or anything, but I do have another video of how to actually get down to Junimo with the star platform. But for most of this video, I will just be speeding through a lot of it. I tried to keep cuts to a minimum though, but as you can see, there was one there. Yeah, so when I first did this, I was just kind of floating. I didn't know what to expect or how it should go, so I just kind of tried opening different menus. And I don't know if that actually did anything, or if I just happened to get unstuck, but luckily I made it to the bottom. Other times I've done this, it just worked perfectly fine straight away. Oh yeah, so this is where I find Junimo. Luckily I knew where to look, of course, from watching Prince Racin's video. Yeah, so I did spend a good few minutes taking photos here, so I'll obviously cut past that. Actually, honestly, there's probably a lot of this video I could have cut out instead of just speeding up. I did spend a lot of time here just going around looking, because after I found Junimo, I actually wanted to look for Oriin, so that's why I was kind of just exploring down here. It didn't help though that I couldn't really actually see much in the distance. It kind of looks like you can, but I don't think things load in unless you're like super close. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking around still. Actually, I did that for a lot of this. Because I wasn't really going to do anything with this this footage, but the what happened afterwards was pretty interesting, so I figured it was worth keeping. Also, as you've noticed, this is kind of a little different to the way I did my last video. I'm not a big fan of doing the whole like structured voiceover type thing, but I guess for that video I made, it was kind of like a how to do it sort of thing, so kind of made sense to have a bit more structure to that, especially considering I'm like always tripping over my words. So I didn't want to do that while I was trying to make that other video. But because of that, and because of it being my first go at doing something like that, it did not sound that great, or it didn't sound natural anyway. I much prefer just kind of going without any sort of structure, I guess. I'm probably gonna regret this though. I think there I actually went AFK for a while, so that was just a little bit of a cut. So it was at this point I decided to just kind of go down to... Yeah, because I don't know if I mentioned it, but as I was exploring earlier there, I hit the barrier and I realized I could go down to it. So here's me just trying to brute force my way through, but apparently that doesn't work that way. Okay, me heading back to login, I guess hoping that I could somehow get past this type of barrier. I know it works with horizontal barriers, but I don't think it works for vertical ones, so I don't know what I was thinking at the time. Here I tried placing my bike down and using that to get past, and it actually seemed to work for the first... Apparently there's like 2 death barriers, so I just died now from that second one. I did make it past the first one with the bike, which was surprising at the time, but there was a second one. But I hit that, and when I respawned, seems that I actually ended up past it. So that's what's happening right now. I'm just kind of floating around past the second death barrier, hoping there's not another one. But I think at some point I realized I was pretty far out, and it was less likely for them to bother putting something out here. Yeah, so this is the bit that really confused me. I jumped. I guess I was trying to get out of that kind of floating animation, but I didn't realize I would just start flying. Not properly flying. I don't really have much control over this. I can go in a direction, but I'm just stuck going up and up. Of course, I decided to take some photos. I couldn't use proper photo mode, so I had to just use the screenshot mode instead. But I will admit it was nice. It was nice scenery. A bit glitchy, but it looked nice. It was interesting seeing the island from this far out as well. I know I'm not really above it at the moment. I'm kind of pretty in line with the height, I suppose. But later on, I do go a lot higher. Quite a bit higher, indeed. So here I'm just trying to... I think I was trying to cancel the animation again, or maybe drop lower down. Oh, well here it actually just happens. I don't know what caused me to just drop down like this, but as you can see, I'm trying to stop it by gliding. But of course, when you're gliding using winged hover, if you move a little bit, you do start to lose altitude, and eventually you'll just start plummeting down every time you move. So I think, yeah, at that point I just gave up and decided to go back down to the bottom. It was only now that I kind of made it my goal, instead of to look for Oriin, I changed my goal to actually just try to get as far out as I could. I'm sure there was an end to this at the time. They wouldn't just make this white plane go on for infinity. Sorry about the firework noises. That's just ADHD brain. Can't just go in one straight line without doing something else. Yeah, so I didn't actually realize at the time when I got off the bike and jumped again, it would trigger this. So here I am floating again. But this time I believe I let myself go a little higher. Oh, or maybe not. Okay, yeah, so doing that ground pound type thing kind of stops you from floating up and just keeps you at one height. I guess I'm also ringing the bell to see if that does anything as well. I'll be honest, I don't remember if at this point I was trying to get lower down again or if I was committed to going higher up. As I said, like, this is just me talking over a video that I made or recorded a few days ago. I think it was a day after the home update. Though I don't actually remember too much about what I was thinking at this moment or what I was doing. Of course, it might have helped if I was recording my mic at the time, but usually when I'm playing these games, I just kind of record my actual footage, just my little adventures, I suppose. It's nice to just kind of have, I suppose. So yeah, at this point I saw the end of the white plane and I decided that I wanted to reach the end of it. It was a nice little goal, so... Here I realized that after I had used jump, I just started floating again. I don't know if it was because I used winged hover, I don't know if it's specifically because of that. But I was kind of happy though. I kind of wanted to go a bit higher just to see it from a better vantage point, I suppose. You can really see the heart shape of the island from here. And of course it made for some good photo opportunities. Oh yeah, so here's a bit of a cut. At this point, I think... I'm not entirely sure. I definitely went AFK anyways, because there was a pause in the actual recording itself on OBS. But I think I may have logged off. I couldn't actually use the menu, so I just closed the game, and I think that just brought me back down to the bottom. Also, sorry again about the firework noises. But I believe I was doing it partially because, as I said before, ADHD brain. But I was also trying to see the edge of the white plane, which I could kind of see a bit better by hopping up and down like this. And yeah, when I realized I made it to the end finally. And of course, that meant I had to take some photos. I do wish I took some more though. I believe I just took photos with my bike, my trusted companion, but I didn't take any off of it, which was kind of a shame. I could revisit, but I don't know if I will. Yeah, so for a few of these, you're gonna see from the cuts, but for a few of these, I actually went AFK, and as I came back, it was a different time of day in the game. I guess it worked out in the end because I got to take a photo with different like settings, at least with the lighting. But it's probably not the best way of doing it. Also, here's when I decided I was going to go to the corner of the white plane, but I suddenly realized that it would kind of, I suppose it would take me like half the time it took me to get across here. Since I was already halfway, or I was already in the middle, so I gave up. I decided that was not worth it. Also, there were a few other types of, I guess, glitches I ended up doing before this video. One of them was me getting my house in Serenity Island, which I do have a photo of, but I don't know if I'll make a video of it or not. But if I do, I'll post that as well. Also, here's me trying to see if I could activate the build mode under the island, but still within the border kind of area, but it doesn't work like that. It does have height to it. But anyway, thanks for watching. Bye-bye!